Simba, you gonna get your pom-poms? Where's your pom-poms? Where's your pom-poms, Simba?
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 10:45 a.m. There's Nancy and Richard. Nancy's playing with this little tennis ball. Here's Richard. He's semi-splooting. So the cats all had canned cat food for breakfast. The Lucky Seven really enjoyed their food. They ate everything. Simba and Splash, not so much. So last night, Simba threw up. He threw up his dinner. What happened was Simba was hanging out in Boo's room yesterday, and I had the screen door shut. And then in the afternoon, I gave him a few treats. Then I opened the screen door in the evening when, I could monitor who's going in and out and make sure that nobody is like ambushing him. Here he is now. He's under the day sofa in Boo's room. So what happened was I came into the room yesterday evening before dinner, and I noticed that there was some cat hair on the runner near the window. It's like a grass runner. It looks like fake grass. And I knew immediately. I said, oh, he threw up like liquid and cat hair, because that's what he does. But he hasn't done it in a while. So I was like, okay, I guess he didn't have enough like afternoon snacks. So I cleaned it up. And then as I was making dinner, so the cats had homemade raw food for dinner, I remember thinking to myself, if he did throw up, he's probably going to throw up his dinner also, because that just seems to be the pattern with him. So he ate his dinner and he seemed to enjoy it. And I was like, okay, this is good. Now I just have to, hope for the best. Well, an hour or so later, he threw up his dinner. And he threw it up here, like all over this rug. I cleaned it up yesterday. It's still a little bit stained. I'm debating as to whether I replace this rug. Because sometimes after you try to clean it, you still can't even get the stains out. And I think I do have a few extras of these in my storage room downstairs. So after I cleaned up the vomit, then I was like, okay, so he's not going to want to eat for a while. I'm just going to let him rest his stomach. And a few hours later, before I went to bed, he ate about a tablespoon of crunchies. So I was like, okay, Simba, that's good. That's a good sign. You ate some crunchies. And I left some crunchies out overnight for him. And I also had some crunchies in the little automatic feeder. So last night, when I went to bed, he jumped on my bed. He was sleeping on my bed. But this morning when I woke up, he wasn't on my bed. But then eventually he jumped on the bed. And I was like, oh, Simba, do you want a few snacks? So I tried to give him a few treats. He didn't want them. So I looked in the living room, and most of the crunchies were still in the automatic feeder from overnight. So I was like, okay, well, he didn't really eat those. So I gave him a few pieces of freeze-dried chicken, and he ate that. So I was like, okay, he likes the freeze-dried chicken. That's good. It's nice and bland for his stomach. Let his stomach relax. He didn't want to eat his breakfast today, so I gave him a little bit of plain canned tuna, like tuna for humans. I get it at Trader Joe's. It has no salt added. And I looked in my notebook, and like the last time he threw up like that, he did eat some plain tuna. So I gave him some plain tuna, and he had some bites of plain tuna. He didn't eat half a can or anything. He took a few bites. Maybe he had like an eighth of a can of tuna. We're talking like a 5.5 ounce can. And so then I gave him a few pieces of freeze-dried chicken. He ate that. And then he wanted to come in here. So I was like, okay, you could come in here. This is what's left of the tuna and the chicken. So it's the albacore tuna in the middle. And then there's some freeze-dried chicken around the edges. I don't know how much he slept last night because I haven't looked at the security camera yet, but I'll have to check on that. And then this morning, I gave him some of the bench and field treats, and he ate a bunch of those. These are the holistic natural feline treats from Bench and Field, and I get these at Trader Joe's. And he probably ate like 15 of these because these say that they have 4 calories per treat. And I remember thinking, he ate about 60 calories worth because I was like, okay, so 5 treats is 20 calories. And I remember he had like 40 calories and I was like, I'll give him 5 more and that'll be 60 calories. So yeah, these pretty much, this was his breakfast pretty much, along with a little bit of tuna and a few pieces of freeze-dried chicken. It is 12 p.m. Simba just finished one of these squeeze up spoons, Delectables lickable spoons. This is salmon. And then he just had some of these Pet Honesty hip and joint health treats. These have fish oil and manganese, glucosamine, green-lipped mussels. I bought this a while ago for the cats to try, and sometimes Simba loves these, so he just had some of these also. It's 3:30 p.m. Simba was getting a good nap. I was sitting on the day sofa working on my computer, but I just placed an order with the local poultry farm. I haven't been there in a very long time. And I figure if I place the order today, I'll pick it up later. And then tomorrow I'll make a little bit of homemade raw food for the cats, some turkey, because they haven't had turkey in a while. I'm also going to buy some of their pre-made pet food, which I haven't bought for the cats in a very long time. Maybe they'll like it. In the past, they didn't like it. At first, they liked it, then they stopped eating it. So maybe they'll like it again. So we're going to give that a try. Right, Simba? And we're going to let Simba just relax by himself. He was really getting a good nap in. So hopefully he'll go back to napping again. It is 7:30 a.m. and here's Simba. Good morning, Simba. And this morning, Simba jumped on my bed just like Stella used to do. Like, oh my gosh, it reminded me so much of Stella. Because what Stella used to do is, like, she'd wait until she heard me wake up in the morning, like not even get out of bed. Just, I don't know how she knew that I was awake and not still sleeping. And then once she knew I was awake, she'd jump on the bed and get a ton of pets. And then she'd like lay down next to me and just want to like relax with me. And that's what Simba did this morning. He jumped on the bed and he got a whole bunch of pets. And then he just like laid down to rest on my arm. And so I was like, okay, I'll try to go back to sleep because I had woken up too early. I still had another like 45 minutes that I could sleep. So then I relaxed with Simba for a while. And I just took a shower, and now here Simba is on the play rug. Last night he had some crunchies out of these feeders, or I'm assuming he did. I have to check the security camera footage. But, he had an upset tummy from the night before when he vomited his dinner. And then yesterday he had snacks throughout the day, and he basically had some of the bench and field treats for the majority of his breakfast. He ate about half of his dinner last night, which was raw cat food with some toppers on it. Then he had some crunchies after that. I just wanted to make sure that he was getting enough calories during the day, so I put like 2 tablespoons of crunchies in these feeders. So each little section had like half a tablespoon. And Simba's very happy this morning. Another thing that happened last night is I found this slingshot, which Simba loves. So this slingshot originally came with like 2 kind of like pom-poms, except they weren't really pom-poms. They're like wool balls. And Simba went crazy when we first got this. And then I've just been like throwing pom-poms around for him, but he hasn't been like too interested. So I got this out yesterday and I was like, I wonder what would happen if I shoot some pom-poms across the room. Simba went crazy. So I was shooting pom-poms down the hall and he was running after them like a madman. I was shooting pom-poms into the other room. He was running after them. Like he had such a good time. So what I have to do today is go around the house and find all the pom-poms. And then maybe later tonight we'll play with the slingshot again. Hey, Simba. You want this? Want this? Want pom-poms? Simba, you gonna get your pom-poms? Where's your pom-poms? Where's your pom-poms, Simba? Here's Splash. He's relaxing in this cat tower. So Splash and me and Simba, we had playtime last night, which was really nice. After the cats had their dinner, I cleaned up the kitchen, and then we hung out on the play rug in the living room, and Splash was playing with some toys with me. Splash is definitely adjusting to life without Boo and Stella. I'm noticing a difference with him because he's relaxing more without Boo here. Because Boo always kept Splash in line. Boo kept Simba in line also, but Simba just has a personality that he lets things roll off his back, He's just more easygoing. And Splash, would take things more seriously and hold on to them. So he's coming around. Splash is coming around. He's getting a lot more pets than he ever got from me. We're having more playtime together than ever. And he's been letting me brush him more than he ever has. So at least that's good with regards to Splash. I would like him to continue to, open up to me more, trust me more, be more friendly to me. But we're working on it. We're working on it. Splash is a good boy. Splash and Simba are very, very good cats. So I'm just trying to give them lots of extra attention right now, lots of extra time and energy, because, they're the ones that are really adjusting the most to the 2 losses that we've had this year so far. I mean, the lucky 7, they feel the losses too, but not nearly as much as Splash and Simba. And I know Nancy really feels Boo's loss, because Nancy will come up here looking for Boo, and then she is kind of disoriented when she doesn't find him. So that's kind of sad. For breakfast today, Splash and Simba are having canned fish. They're having some of the Earthborn Holistic Monterey Medley that I smashed up. And I put a supplement in there for them, whole body support. And then they have some freeze-dried chicken on top. It is 8:38 a.m. and it is going to be a rainy day today. Here's Nancy. I'm just about to give them their breakfast. Come on, Nancy, let's go downstairs and have breakfast. Come on. Hello, little Nancy. Hello, little Sammy. Here's Sammy and her spider baby. Good morning, Sammy. Here's Ziggy. Good morning, Ziggy. So I have been brushing and combing the cats every day. So that's what we're going to do now before they eat. And then we have a little bit of playtime. And then they have their breakfast. Right, guys? How you doing, Ziggy? Hello, Ziggy. Ziggy's such a sweet girl. You're such a sweet girl, Ziggy. Ziggy, you're such a sweet little girl. Sammy's very protective of her spider baby. Okay, so we officially have a problem because Sammy has discovered the laser pointer. So now, instead of watching the red dot, she's just watching the laser itself. Do you see how she has her eyes fixed on it? Okay. Instead of watching the red dot, she's watching the laser pointer. See how smart she is? Look, instead of watching the red dot, she's watching the laser pointer. Never, ever, ever point it near a cat's eyes or like where they're looking. But do you see? This is what she discovered today. Whereas Ziggy, she's watching the red dot. Sammy's watching the pointer. This is Ziggy's favorite way to play with the laser pointer. She loves just moving back and forth on the couch. Meanwhile, Sammy, all she wants to do is look at the laser pointer itself versus the red dot. You want this? Sammy, go watch the dot. Go watch the dot, not the pointer. This is no fun. The dot's where the fun is. Look at Nancy. The cats always think this racetrack is a bed. There's Ringo. He's afraid of Sammy. There's Sammy. It's 1 p.m. and here's Sammy. All the cats are sleeping right now. And I just put some food outside for Cousin Oliver. He's getting leftovers from everyone's breakfast. So I had breakfast and I was getting ready for a work day. And all of a sudden, I was like, I'm so tired. I'm just going to take a 20-minute nap. And the next thing I know, I was asleep for like an hour because it's just that kind of day today. And I didn't sleep that well last night. So all the cats are sleeping. Like the entire house is taking a nap. So what happened was I went outside because yesterday I bought some plants and I just stuck them in the garage really fast because it was kind of late when I got back. And, I want them to get some light today. So I was like, let me go out there, take them out, and then just put them outside for the day. And when I was outside, I said, let me check underneath the patio cover and see if Cousin Oliver's on one of the chairs. Sure enough, he was. So I came inside, and then the next thing I know, he's kind of by the back door. He's on the back steps. And I was like, okay, I'll give you some food. So I just put a plate of food together for him. He looks very happy to eat it. There's some leftover tuna. There's some Ziwi Peak cat food there. There's some leftover, I think it's Darwin's seafood and caviar pate. The cats don't really like that one. That was the one that Boo loved when he tried it. And then I bought a whole case of it, and then nobody wants to eat it. And then he's also having a little bit of Monterey medley that was left over, and a little bit of the wellness pate that was left over. Look at that. He finished everything on his plate. He must be really hungry. With the rain, I don't know where he was recently. So he might have been just like holed up somewhere just to stay out of the rain. I'm going to put some more food together for him. Go ahead. Go eat your food, cuz. There he goes. He looks good. He must really like fish because that's pretty much what the cats had today, and he really enjoyed that. And that would make sense because that's one thing that he's not going to get around here. Because, hunting-wise, he's going to find mice. He's going to find, like, rabbits around here. He's going to find squirrels. He's going to find chipmunks. He's going to find birds. And even though there is, like, a brook or a creek in the woods, he's not going to be really hunting fish in there, so... it seems that he does like fish, probably because he doesn't have it often. It's 4:32 p.m. right now, and I'm putting together homemade raw food for the cats, and I'm portioning it out into these containers. And I'm standing here, and all of a sudden, I feel a cat rub against my leg. And I'm thinking to myself, is that Simba? Because I know the door is open to the room Simba's in, and sometimes if he's hungry, he'll rub up against my legs. So I look over to where I felt it, because I felt a cat rub up against my leg right here, and there's no one here. Nobody. There's no cats here at all. Sammy's here, but she's on the chair. And when I looked over, she was on the chair like this. So I know it wasn't her because she has not moved from this chair. So now I'm absolutely convinced that it was either Stella or Boo. And I would probably say Stella because every time that I used to put homemade food together for the cats, that's what Stella would do. I just got like chills right now. There's Ringo. And here's Simba. And Simba's been here all afternoon. In fact, I just gave him a snack like 10 minutes ago and he ate the entire snack. So it had to be Stella or maybe Boo. It is 7:15 p.m. Here's Ringo. None of the cats have moved all day. Like they're all in the same spot from this morning because it's just been such a gray and rainy day. Like everyone's just been sleeping all day. Look how tired Ringo is. It is 7 p.m. and here's Simba. Simba and Splash have spent the day in this room. Sammy's at the door. She wants to come in, but it's just the two boys in here today. And Simba has been moving between here on the bed, up on the cat tower, and then up on top of the armoire. But he seems to really like it here on the bed today. He's had snacks several times today, and he also finished all of his breakfast. So at first he only ate half of his breakfast, so I saved the rest for him. And then several hours later, I gave it to him and he finished it. So that's good. Right, Simba? And there's Splash. Can you see him? He's in one of the cat carriers. There's a cat carrier in the corner. I don't have a door on it. It's just, a place where Splash likes to hang out sometimes. So he's been in there today. I guess he's really comfortable in there. He has some treats that I gave to him. He ate some of the treats, but I think he still has a few in there. Here's Sammy. And I had to put Sammy in Boo's room today and shut the door because I made some homemade cat food, some homemade raw food for the cats, and she would not leave me alone. Here's Ringo and Richard. They're hanging out here today. It looks like I just woke up Ringo from his nap. And so when Stella was here, Stella loved to help me. Whenever I made homemade food for the cats, Stella loved to be my assistant and help me and just supervise. And, she would get some little food to taste. Well, Sammy doesn't want to help me. She doesn't want to supervise. All she wants to do is meow the entire time and rub up and down against my legs, which I don't want her to do while I'm preparing the food because, I'm dealing with knives, I'm cutting up the chicken, I'm dealing with a grinder. I don't need any kind of distractions, and I don't need her under my feet, in case I drop a knife or something like that. So I had to put her in Boo's room. It is 10:38 a.m. Here's Simba. He's relaxing in this cat tower in Boo's room. And today, Nancy and Richard are in my room with the door shut so they don't cause problems for anybody. So everything's good. Today's Mother's Day, and it's the first Mother's Day without Stella in 9 years. So I'm definitely feeling that loss. I'm actually working on a Mother's Day compilation right now for Stella, putting together all of her various Mother's Days throughout the years, and I hope to post that as soon as I get it done. I'm actually not celebrating Mother's Day until tomorrow. Grandma and Grandpa are going to come over tomorrow. We're going to go out for a Mother's Day dinner. The reason why is because we learned many years ago never to actually go out to a restaurant on Mother's Day because it's always way too crowded and crazy. And don't go the day before Mother's Day. Like yesterday around here, it was a zoo. I had to run some errands, do some shopping, and I regretted every minute of it because everyone was running around getting last minute Mother's Day presents and bouquets of flowers and stuff like that. So we're going to be celebrating tomorrow, the day after. Here's Splash. He's hanging out on the floor near this cat tower. He's underneath an open window. So maybe that's why he likes it here. Also, he doesn't want anyone to bother him right now, so he's just hanging out over here. I don't know where anyone else is right now. Everyone must be taking naps or something. But I was watching some of the old videos from Mother's Day 2017, 2018. And at that time, I was actually traveling on Mother's Day. Every year I was leaving for a business conference. I never understood why they scheduled it the way that they did when it started early in the morning the day after Mother's Day. So you'd actually have to travel on Mother's Day. That was always such a pain. I think they might have actually changed that after COVID, but I haven't had a chance to attend it since then. And they made a lot of other changes anyway. But it's really nice to be able to look back at the videos and see Stella and how much she enjoyed her Mother's Day. And every year I gave her a bouquet of catgrass or catnip. And I believe I have some catnip growing in the yard somewhere. So as soon as I get this video posted, I'm going to go out and look and see. And if I do, I'll pick some and maybe give it to the cats to enjoy. If not, maybe I'll see if Petco's open today or something. Maybe I could go pick up some catnip. It's 2:45 p.m. I just came inside. I've been outside for 2 hours working on my greenhouse, cleaning up the patio, washing patio furniture, potting plants. I just came in to check on Simba. Look what he's doing. Look. He's on the day sofa, but he's crawled underneath these pillows. He's so funny. It's actually pretty cool in here. It's pretty nice. Simba, it's pretty nice in here. You want me to open the window? I was going to open the window much wider. Simba just came off the day sofa. He's laying on the floor now. He wanted to greet me. Maybe he's going to get a nice breeze here. I put some relaxing music on for him so he can relax in here today. It's almost 6 p.m. Here's Simba. Hey, Simba. Look what I got. I got catgrass for you and Splash and the lucky 7, but you and Splash get it first. So I decided to order dinner because I've been busy around the house trying to just get things cleaned up and organized. And I realized that there was a Petco very close to where I ordered food. So I decided to pop in there. Thankfully, they were still open. And they had this catgrass. They also had containers of catnip. But I have catnip in the yard that I could pick for the cats. And, you know, sometimes Simba vomits after eating catnip. And I knew he would really like cat grass because they haven't had it in a while. I grew it for them a few weeks ago, but it just didn't grow well. I don't know why that happens. Sometimes it just doesn't grow well. So he's really enjoying this. Happy Mother's Day, Simba. This is a gift from your mommy, Stella, in heaven. She wants to make sure that you and Splash enjoy Mother's Day like she would have enjoyed it. Okay. This is also kind of a birthday present for Simba and Splash because with everything that's been going on and with Boo's passing, we really didn't get a chance to have a nice birthday celebration for them. So here's Simba. I don't know where Splash is right now, but he can come out. So what's going on today is Ringo, Nancy, and Richard are in my room with the door shut. So that way Simba and Splash could be with all the other cats and nobody's going to be like ambushing anybody. It's almost 7 p.m. I just came in to check on Simba. And he is enjoying more cat grass. Good, good, good. You like it? Want down here? Simba loves his cat grass. Here's Sammy. Hey, Sammy. How are you? She was relaxing so comfortably in the cat tower. How you doing, little Sammy? You okay? It's 7:45 and here's Splash enjoying some of the cat grass. I'm cleaning up Boo's room, and then all the cats are gonna have their dinner. It's 8:04 p.m. Look at Simba. What are you doing, Simba? You like the basket? Sammy was sitting in this basket for part of the afternoon today, and Simba just wanted to try it on for size. For some reason, the cats love this basket. Grandma Farrell gave it to me recently, and I've been using it as like a mini laundry basket, like for small loads of laundry. But the cats like it, so they can use it if they want to. I'm in the middle of putting dinner together for the cats, and then all of a sudden, it's like I get this impulse. You have to put dinner together for Ox right now. Put it outside. And look who's here. It's Cousin Oliver, aka Ox. So I'm gonna give him some food. He was sending me mental vibes. So I took away the heated water bowls and I put this stainless steel water container right here. It's the same size as the large heated water bowl, but it's obviously not heated. Another thing that I did today was I took the cover off of the patio furniture and I washed it all down. The only thing I need to do now is find a tablecloth to put on this table. And Ox is looking at it. Actually, he's underneath it right now. He's probably not happy that I took the cover off of it, but he will be happy when I put a tablecloth back on it. Okay, buddy, you could go eat your food now, okay? And I just found 2 tablecloths that I think I purchased these last year. I'm not sure when I got them. Maybe I got them at the Christmas tree shop before they went out of business. I don't know. I'm not sure where I got these. But anyway, I'm going to go put one of these outside. I just need to find some scissors to cut a hole in the middle. I might wait until he finishes eating, though, because he's in the middle of eating right now. I don't want to disturb him. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.